Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M by 1M, as you know, is the first global virtual accelerator in the world. We started doing virtual long before virtual became the norm in 2010. And in support of our mission of helping 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue, we do these free mentoring roundtables week after week, month after month, year after year. We started back in 2008 with an experiment that became successful and then blossomed into the 1M by 1M program. This is the 707th free mentoring roundtable. We've had over 300,000 people participate. So very long, very interesting journey with all of you working on your ventures on a weekly basis. And it's been a phenomenal learning experience for us as well. Before we start the mentoring part of the program, let me just remind you, we are in a soft launch right now. It's just a limited launch of the 1M by 1M digital mind. It's my digital mind. Every single recording of our mentoring sessions have gone into training this AI mentor. All my writings, all our curriculum, case studies, everything is in this digital mind AI mentor. So please do give it a spin and see, how you want to use that supplementally with everything else that we bring to the table here. So we're about to start the entrepreneur pitch session. We're going to shuffle around the order a little bit. We're going to do Rohan and Kashyap first, who are already in the call, and Maureen is working with the rest to get them in. Remember, this is a safe working session. You don't need to be defensive, nervous, nothing. I'm on your side. Maureen is on your side. We're all on your side. Our only agenda is to help you remove your roadblocks and strategize on how to accelerate your journey. There is absolutely nothing else that is going to happen. Here we go. We have two other people in the call who are also supposed to pitch. Now, if you disagree with the feedback you get here today, it's okay. It's your venture. So it's your prerogative to disagree with me. But since my feedback is based on a lot of experience, my only suggestion to you is to consider the feedback and take it into account and then decide how you want to play that feedback. Okay, so I am going to find the first pitch that we have the entrepreneur in the room. Udayan Dave, Innotek. Udayan is in the room. Udayan, please unmute your line and let's get started. I'm sorry about
good
the technical
morning.
problems.
It's okay. Good morning for you. For us, it's late evening.
To you. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for giving these opportunities to associate with you on a long-term relationship. I'm just putting it over to my son, Dhawan. He is just with me. He will be able to explain you properly.
Okay.
Over to Dhawan.
Your name is Dhawan?
Dhawan, yes.
Dhawan.
Okay.
Nice meeting you. Thank you so much for your time and letting us connect with you. Yeah, I'll just, I'll not waste much time. I'll just get into the things directly. I hope you've gotten a chance to go through the deck.
No, I haven't. I will go through it now with you. You're going to take me through it.
So rather than me just reading out the pitch deck, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to summarize it in a very nice, compact way for us to understand the business model and everything. So what I'll do is I'll break it into 6 parts. One being the brand story, second, proof of execution, business model, the competitive landscape, investment ask, and then the brand valuation or any Q&As that we can do. Right, so I'll just start introducing ourselves, Mr. Udayan Dave and myself, Dhawan Dave. We've been working in the furniture industry in India from last about 10 years. So we're fairly rooted into the system. About 3 months ago, we started with our own entrepreneurial journey into furniture fitting market. Now, furniture fitting market in India is about 360 million USD market, and it basically anchors us into manufacturing as well as the end users into it. Our overall goal is to become a go-to place for all your furniture needs, whether you want to get into manufacturing or you're doing a project and you need any furniture fitting, or if you are an end user. So all in one, anything related to furniture, Innotek has to stand out. So with this goal, we've done our first strategic move into this market by tapping into furniture hardware. Now, as I told, furniture hardware is anyways a 360 million USD market in India, and it's supposed to grow about 15% CAGR by 2030, right? So this is our idea to get into this. In the last 3 months, we have invested about 48,000 USDs in the product and 22,000 USDs in manpower, marketing, packaging, etc. So this takes us about 70,000 USDs invested, and we have already covered 84,000 USDs in 3 months, which is about 70 lakh INR.
What does that mean? You have already sold 80 lakhs
Yes,
Yeah,
INR worth of business?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
yes.
yeah. So we've
And how
already,
do you sell?
yeah. So our model is basically initially what we did was we directly invested into the products to figure out to get a proof of execution, a proof of business into the market. Now what we are doing is we are venturing into a stockist model where we have four vetted stockists in any given city, up to four. It can be one, two, or up to four stockists who will invest about 50 lakh INR into our products. So what he has to do is just stock our products into his warehouse. We will take care of the secondary sales for them. Now, why we are doing this is because if we are entering a market with a new brand name, there might be a trust issue that if I purchase something from you, would I be able to sell it in the market? So we are making sure that that scare is not amongst our clients. So we just
So
ask them
can
to.
I just a second? Let me try to understand your business quickly.
Sure.
Do you sell online or do you sell offline?
Currently, it's
Offline.
offline. Currently,
Offline.
it's offline.
Offline. Okay.
Yeah.
So is this an offline business or an online business eventually?
Currently, it's a offline business, but we want to take it into an online platform. But to take it to an online platform, a lot of costs are involved into it, which currently, with the given capital that we had, we could only invest into products. Now,
Okay.
getting stockists and getting our products in every city. Once we have done this, we will go into online.
So here's my first feedback is I don't
Yes.
agree with that strategy. You don't
Okay.
need to get your product in every city. You
Yeah.
can start
Yeah. So
you can
so
start
right now
with
we
one
are.
city and
We are
just
going
build
phase
your
Yeah.
manner.
business.
Yeah. So next thing, what I wanted to tell was that we are live in 7 cities right now in India: Ranchi, Patna, Kanpur, Guwahati, Jamshedpur, Dhanbad, and Bhubaneswar. These
Where are
seven
you
cities are
located?
already,
Into Eastern region.
yeah, eastern
Sorry,
parts of India.
where are you located?
Eastern. I am in Gujarat, Ahmedabad. We are based in Gujarat, Ahmedabad. It is in a western side.
But I know India very well. You don't need to tell me western side, eastern side. I know India inside out. I grew
Yeah,
up in
yeah.
India.
Gujarat,
So
Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Yeah.
but your market, the market you're going after is Eastern India. All the places that you described are
Yes.
East India places.
We have
Okay.
started with Eastern India.
Yeah.
So
So while we were working with furniture manufacturing side of things, we had more exposure in that side of the country. So that was a easy entry point for us to go with a new model and a new product range.
Even
so
to
you
create a
have
reference base.
and this 80 lakh sales that you have achieved, Which
Yeah.
city is that primarily in, or is it distributed in the 7 cities?
Yeah, distributed in 7 cities.
Yeah.
There's no one that dominates that revenue.
Uh, what you said,
Any city that is the major contributor to this.
yeah, that is Kanpur.
Kanpur. That's
Kanpur
not.
has given me a business of about 15 lakhs.
Okay.
And
So
the Guwahati, followed
let
by.
me just summarize quickly what
Yeah.
strategy-wise what I would do with this business. If you think you need to do this business in an offline format, I would do it in one city and just build it up and build the e-commerce version of that for that city. You know, e-commerce is not that complicated to do. It is not what you have done before. So that's why it seems foreign to you. You have done.
No, I'll just yeah.
What you say is right. But online business is for the people like interior designer and architect. My clientels are basically carpenters and
Okay.
retailers
All right.
who are not well connected
If you think
with
that's why I asked you this
online
question. Do you
business.
want to build a e-commerce business, or do you want to build just a brick and mortar business? And it's okay if you just want to build a brick and mortar business. You answered my question by saying you want to build an e-commerce business. But if I'm hearing two contradictory things here, it sounds like you just want to build a brick and mortar business. You don't want to build an e-commerce business, and that's
That is a
fine.
way. Yeah. Yeah.
That is fine. That is
Maybe.
okay. In a country like India, given your customers are carpenters, it makes a lot of sense that this is mainly a brick and mortar business, right?
See,
So
there might be some communication error. We are right now going offline with carpenters and all, but over a period of time when we are coming up with luxury products, wherein the product which comes with an automations, we are going to create an exhibition center where we are going to exhibit our product with automation integrated. After that, we are going to the niche market or niche clientels like architect and designers, and then we are going to, that is a second or third scale up
yeah, but
what we are
that's
looking
far
for.
away. You're going to be a brick and mortar
It's a
company
period
for
of
a
12
while.
months. It's a period of 12 months.
Okay, so how can I help you? I understand your business. How can I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just take you through that. Currently, we have about 2.5 CR worth of demand in products,
Okay.
which we are not able to cater at this moment because the capital that we've already invested and we've got is about 70 lakh, which we will reinvest. But what we want from you is about 600,000 USDs, about approximately 5 CR INR, with an equity of 7% in it. How
This
we
is
are going
not
to use?
this is not at all my cup of tea. I don't do I don't do anything other than tech and tech enabled services. So brick and mortar furniture fittings company has no relevance to what I do. And
Okay.
I'm not an investor. This is an accelerator that works with investors, and I only work with investors that invest in tech. So this is not a fit at all.
Okay.
Understood.
Okay. So first and foremost, this is not an investor community that is going to resonate with a pure brick and mortar company. We are doing a lot of brick and mortar types of companies. Yes, e-commerce is the first. So usually these companies start as e-commerce and then layer in brick and mortar, or start as brick and mortar but layer in e-commerce. But e-commerce is one of the dominant factors in the company. So that's the kind of companies that fit into our model. Our accelerator would work with companies that have that hybrid multi-channel focus. And in India, multi-channel is actually what works really well. just the nature of India and the kinds of customers are describing, it makes perfect sense that you should have lots of, stores, physical stores. It makes perfect sense. So I think, as far as we are concerned, two things for you to understand. We are not an investor. If you want to work with us, you have to work with us in our model, which is an acceleration model where we would, coach you and guide you and prepare you to go to investors. And we will open our investor network to you. But remember, our investor network has to be a multi-channel, including a dominant, or at least equivalently important e-commerce channel.
Understood.
So if you go to these investors as a pure brick and mortar company, that is not going to find resonance.
Yeah, agreed.
Makes sense.
So what is
Fair
great
enough.
about what you said, however, and this is, I'm just giving you general feedback, is that you have demand, right? I
Yes, we
assume
have.
that you have demands. Take it to the bank. You've got 80 lakhs of revenue already. You've sold 80 lakhs. You have backlog. Take it to the bank and get the bank to finance the inventory, and you're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a bank
Yeah, generally
financeable company.
startup companies, the banks are not coming out
No, but if
to support.
you have revenues, you're not a pure startup company. You are a revenue generating
Despite that,
company.
The-
despite
See,
that,
generally banks are looking for 3 years kind of things, or 2 years, what they call.
We have fintech companies in our network who would finance you. I have people in
Okay,
my network who would finance you.
please,
So if you
please.
want me to help you, join the program and
Yeah,
I will
sure. Yeah, sure.
join the program. I'll help you.
We wanted to raise funds for starting manufacturing over a period of time. After April 2026, we wanted to start manufacturing. Before that, we are just creating a market for us. We are doing branding for our products. And we are getting good
Right.
sales also. Today, we have an order
You
of
are
two and a
getting
half
good
crore, and that
sales.
is growing. And that is growing.
Okay, well, if you decide that this is going to be a multi-channel business and you are, there is a technology aspect, e-commerce aspect to it, and if you want to work within the 1M by 1M program, I can help you.
You
All right,
know,
let me go to.
online channel is there. It is open. But
No,
we
it's
are
not
once
yet,
we
but you.
become a brand, we will take it to that. It
Yeah,
is there.
okay.
It is in a plan, but over a period of time.
Yeah, I understand. That's completely understandable. But even
Yeah.
so, even as a brick and mortar company, you can raise money from fintech companies, and there is a lot of fintech companies that are lending money to going
Oh yeah.
concerns where you have revenue generating businesses. Maybe pure banks may not, but there are lots of fintech companies that would give you money.
If you have any leads, do let me know.
So I will explain to you how to work with us. So
Okay.
just let me finish working with Rohan and Kashyap, and then I will explain how to work
Okay.
with us.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. Rohan, you want to unmute your line?
Yes. Hi. Good morning, Shramana. How are you?
Go ahead.
Great. So, Shramana, basically, I'm the founder of ContentLens.ai. We are in the business of powering authenticity. So, our goal is to make digital content transparent and safe. I mean, today, the first question on anyone's mind when they look at content online, is it authentic? Do I trust it? Right? Can I take some action on that basis? Right? So we are basically working on a foundational solution, which is not just you find a piece of content and then you check, is this, you check whether it's deep fake or whether it's not. But we are basically working on something like ID cards, right? Like you have vehicle license plates, you have ID cards, you have labels for clothing, you have labels for your FMCG products, food products, all of that, right? So it's like that. We're working on labels for content as well. And if you may have, I don't know if you've heard, but there's a consortium known as the C2PA, Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity, which basically is also promoting, we are a member of that consortium, And so essentially what we do is we look at original content, we protect original content through invisible watermarks. So if it's an image, if it's a video, we apply invisible watermarks. If it's music, audio, we apply inaudible watermarks, right? And then once that is added, we go out and look for counterfeit versions of the content online. And so that's how we basically work with different enterprises in first protecting original content and then finding counterfeit versions of their content online, which then becomes a licensing additional source of licensing revenue for them. It's very similar to the way Netflix kind of cracked down on the password sharing problem and was able to then increase their subscriptions through a higher licensing, right? So it's a that's the domain that we are in. And
So I understand the business, Rohan. Can we jump
yeah,
to where you are? Like, do you already have customers? Who is the target customer? Where are you getting traction? What's the situation?
yeah. So we started. Our focus was with images. We were evaluated by one of the largest image licensing companies, the top one of the top three in the world. And but we, I think, very quickly we got traction in the audio industry, the music industry, right? So we are right now working with one of the top three music labels in the world, and they're already our paid clients. And we've had some discussions around, they've, sort of white labeling or investment, early discussions on that side where they want to keep out their competitors, and some of the larger competitors, and basically work with us directly. And at the same time, we've also got traction locally. Local regional record labels have also started using our Indian record labels are using our product. So on the music side, there's great traction. The RIAA, Recording Industry and Association of America, which basically represents all of the record labels, has also started
Mhm.
evaluating our technology as something they would recommend as a best practice to record labels and artists and musicians, because at the end of the day, music is, there's royalties linked to music, and you need to be able to show that you own this particular content or somebody's used that content, right? And so that's it's a huge opportunity. I feel it's almost like a UPI moment, right, where standards are being formed to determine how you can prove that this content is authentic. And I think we are just there at the forefront of it, through C2PA, through watermarking and other such technologies.
So, what is the business model that you're using in your paying customer, one of the top three
Yeah,
record labels? What is the
yeah. So
what's the business
essentially, right
model?
now, the business model right now is that we go out and we look for unauthorized use of their content online, right? So let's
That's
say
not
there's
a
a
business
brand
model.
who,
Business model is how you get paid.
so it's a subscription. So they subscribe to our monthly, it's a product, it's a SaaS product, right, with a monthly subscription, and they basically pay us based on the number of songs that they want us to track. Right? So if they want us to track, let's say 400 songs, right? So then there's a certain pricing for it. If they want us to track specific platforms, be it Instagram, be it YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, then there's pricing linked to that. So there's platform-based pricing, there's songs-based pricing, right? And then we have multiple automations in the platform. So besides detecting, we also automate workflows for our clients. So as we add more automations, we basically, bring in a layer of additional automation and additional premium for that as well.
Okay. And what are we talking about in terms of, so what I'm trying to understand is what is the market size of this?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, so
it's
if you
a
see,
top-down. A top-down market size is not of any interest to anybody. What is the bottom-up market size?
so see, if you look at content, digital content, right? I mean, it is pretty much anybody and everybody who's creating content will need to protect their content, right?
That's not
So
how top-down.
everyone,
No investor. Are you trying to raise money?
we've raised a pre-seed round, and we'll be looking to raise by March. We are looking to raise the next round. of our funding.
You will need to present a bottom-up TAM. Everybody is a user is not an answer. You have to learn how to build a bottom-up TAM model. We can teach you that. We have all of that curriculum, but you have to model this somehow so that investors can assess what is the business, how do we get into this business, and
Got it. Sure.
by the way, this is something you can go to the AI mentor and work with the AI mentor, and it'll help you build your model.
Okay.
So
I'll take a look at that. Yeah.
what brings you here? What were you hoping to achieve today?
Yeah. So one of the things we've seen, Shamna, is that we are losing out because of one, the technology we're talking about. It's being some of the biggest players are working on similar technology. The likes of Google, OpenAI is doing it for their own content. Google is doing it for their own content, and most of the activity is happening in the valley, right? And some of the startups that were at the same stage as us, I'm seeing that they're obviously able to raise more capital, being closer to the valley and being closer to the stakeholders who are kind of some of the big tech companies, right? And they're closer. Most of the even if you look at the three big record labels, they're the top guys stay in the valley. So mainly it's about connections. I believe we were very close to getting the Getty deal, but we lost out. Again, I feel that if we had some presence, if we had a network there, it would have been somewhat easier for us, or difficult to get booted out.
How much competition do you have?
So we have about, like I said, there are about 7, 8 companies across different features, right? So when you say content protection, there are multiple technologies involved, right? And there's one technology which is like Shazam, if you've used the Shazam app. So there are some competitors in that space. There are some competitors purely in the watermarking space, which is extremely new, imperceptible watermarking, right? And there are some competitors in the counterfeit detection space, which is again which was largely being done manually earlier, but is now being automated. So the competition is basically spread across these three, because we are looking to bridge, sort of complete the entire loop, right? And basically say that, look, we'll not just protect your content, but we'll also find counterfeits for you.
Okay, so you're coming to 1 million mainly for connections?
I think it's mainly for network. Yes, mainly for network advisors who can open doors for us in the US, and in the Valley, get us, because see, if we've been able to get directly with it to the one of the top record labels, right? So then we want to move fast and get to all three of them, right? Instead of because the way things are moving right now, it seems like they would want to give us a deal to basically work with them exclusively, but we want to have sufficient leverage where we can actually build a much bigger business if we can cater to all record
What's the
labels, right?
size of the deal that you are expecting from this client?
It's not yet. There's no number on the table. I don't want to lie to you. There's no number. It's just verbal to say that they would want to do this.
I see. Okay, so business, as far as our methodology is concerned, business doesn't only happen by people opening the door. You need a strategy on which
Right.
doors you want to go after, which doors you want to knock on, and where do you have unfair advantage.
Right.
And you have to, I mean, there are a lot of questions that I'm not really understanding. It's like this is it sounds like it's a very large client, but we don't really know what is the potential of, revenue potential on this client, right? So
So see, I can give
I
you a
cannot
flavor
assess
of
the
it.
business. I cannot assess
Yeah.
the business. How big a business is this going to become? So,
Yeah. Got it. So I can give you a flavor of it, right? So if you look at a large record label right now, I think we'll be monitoring about 10%, less than 10% of their content, right? and less than 10. So I think maybe you're 5%. Now with that, we are getting our revenues are about 3 lakhs per month, right?
3 lakhs a
And
month.
yeah, and this is just out of 2 platforms. So now I can add more platforms as we go, right? And for every 20, we have scope to increase the number of tracks that we monitor by almost 20x. Now, practically, will they want to monitor all their tracks or not? That's a different question. But then this is one client, and you have two other large record labels, and then we have, the other smaller labels, right? But I think the bigger play, to be very honest, what they're using us for now is counterfeit detection. But I think the watermarking play, right, where imagine it's like you're a company that is into printing packaging labels, right, and you're at the forefront of it. This is free. This is you know how to print it in a way that is secure, in a way that will not get lost, and in a way that is
So
interoperable,
here's,
right?
Rohan, here's the problem that I detect
Yeah,
here. You're talking about music as your first client. The
yeah.
TAM, the bottom-up TAM on music is actually quite small. If you actually run a TAM model on bottom-up TAM for the music industry, it's actually very small. So this is not going to be enough to build a significant company. Now you're telling me that in the labels world, there is a much bigger market, but you don't have a customer in there.
That's true. I think our strategy has been that we get in through the counterfeit detection, we get into the large record labels, right, where we are considered a recognized player, a serious player, and we start pushing in our watermarking, our labeling technology, which we've already started doing at no cost, right? There are certain workflows for this client where we've already started watermarking,
The problem
certain
is there are only
content for them.
there are three customers, three large customers, and then there's a lot of small customers. Label is not a very big business anymore, right? There are hardly record labels as such.
I mean, I agree on one part that the business is concentrated in terms of
Very
where
concentrated.
you can
Investors
get,
hate
right?
that.
Yes, but
Investors hate
then within that business, there's a lot of money to be made, because for every single, each business has a huge catalog, and it has multiple sources of revenue, right? There's licensing for movies, there's licensing for shows, there's licensing for live events, there's there's licensing for AI training, right? And if we can come in and be the partner for that, when we say that, look, we will protect your content and ensure that you're able to track, who's using your content where, it's basically like an anti-piracy play, right?
So
So
whatever business you go after, if your game plan is to build this as a venture-funded, venture-scale company, you have to show how you go from $0 to $100 million in 5 to 7 years. And investors do not like highly concentrated customer bases, where if you lose one to a competitor, you're basically done for. So I think one of the things I heard in what you said is that the company that you are working with, the record label that you're working with, wants to do some sort of an exclusive deal with you. And one possibility you might consider is to do a bootstrapping or seed strapping to exit into that company. Because you just told me that there's a lot of deal making going on. All the big guys, the OpenAI is going to have their own technology, Google's going to have their own technology, Spotify is going to have their own technology, and so if the game is going to be that this technology is going to be brought in-house by the big players, then you want to be acquired by one of those big players. And you have to do that in a capital efficient way without raising too much money and without going all over the place. If you want to be acquired by a record label company, then you need to show proof points in music. If you're trying to get acquired by other kinds of companies that are doing other kinds of counterfeit management or image protection, whatever, that's a different business, and the exit path is different. So the thing that I find a bit worrisome here is you're telling me that the proof points are in one segment, but the real market is in another segment.
Yeah. And the other segment where we don't have revenue yet, we don't have traction yet. I mean, the RIAA is the only entity that is testing, evaluating, and eventually they will recommend it to the labels and everyone, right? I mean, that's the expectation, that's the hope. But you're right. The segment we are in right now is for the foot in the door. It's for the land and expand, where we get in and we start moving in our core technology, which is the watermarking
So
technology, right?
don't
And
don't lose sight of the opportunity you have to do a seed strapping. You seem to have already raised pre-seed. Is that correct?
that's correct. Yes.
Which means that you already have investors in the game. So don't lose sight of the possibility of exiting into that company.
No, thank you for that advice. I think it's obviously occurred. I mean, they've verbally offered a couple of times when it's come up, and but I will take that feedback. I mean, it is obviously there as an option, but I think I don't want to restrict this to just the music industry. I feel content as such is a much larger industry with image, video, and other forms of content.
It
And
is, but there are very big players in the game. It's not like YouTube is going to roll over and let you have this market.
And I think until fair enough, and I will take that feedback, but I feel there is always with the right backing, and because with the right backing, and I think if you have luck, if the product is good, it's very much possible that you can actually disrupt. And there are
Okay,
many
I'm gonna.
players who have done it. So yeah,
All
but
right.
thank you for that feedback. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah. Bye.
Kashyap Kedia,
Yeah, hey, hi.
go ahead.
Thanks so much for this opportunity, Shramana. So, my name is Kashyap Kedia. I am here to introduce Flixoolive. It is a concept that we've started. What is Flixoolive really is India's first live social and quick commerce platform. Why do we call it that way? Is because we are bringing the local retailers live onto the digital storefronts. We are enabling them with social and quick commerce. By quick commerce, I mean hyper-local deliveries that will be done real time, and social commerce that will be improvised by the influencers. Shramana, if you could go to the next slide, please. Yeah. So what we are an omni-channel SaaS platform. Why we say a SaaS platform is because the ideology is that we don't want to take commissions from these retailers. Right now, we even heard right now Udayan from Innotek say that, online is tough. That is the kind of mentality that most retailers nowadays have. It is because they've not done it, like you said. It's foreign to them. But what we are trying to do is bridge that gap. Right now, there are a couple of challenges that they face, that there are high commissions. It is a little complicated for them to understand. We are trying to bridge that gap. We're trying to bring in a solution that works in the way that they want to do it. And we are having 5 key pillars. We are enabling hyperlocal deliveries, creator-enabled commerce. We are creating digital storefronts for them so they don't have to have their own websites. They can host it on our platform. We are giving them a QR-based POS solution, POS point of sales, that helps them manage their inventory and sales, and also chat-enabled and video-enabled sales, all on our platform combined. So right now, what they're doing probably on WhatsApp, Facebook, and their website, they can combine all three on our platform for a very nominal charge, probably equivalent to their Wi-Fi or electricity bill. If you
So
could,
you're starting, the customer that you're after is the creator.
no, the customer we are after are the retailers. The creators are a subsection to it, which are an add-on. But we are predominantly our customers will be the retailers.
I see. Okay.
Okay. If you could go to the next slide, please. Yeah. So we're targeting 3 buckets. These are the 3 pain points that we are essentially targeting. First for retailers, second for buyers, and the third for the creators. Retailers, who are our main customers, would be the main bucket that we would focus on. Currently, what has happened with the rise of e-commerce and quick commerce in India specifically, the demand has gone down drastically for these retailers. while the demand has gone down, they have two options. One is they can go online or digital, and the other is that they would lose the customer. They will have limited reach. Only the customers that walk in or have always purchased from them would be the only customers that they have. And if they go digital, the challenges that they're facing is probably, like everyone said, it's high commissions, it's complicated structure that they do not understand clearly. It's not very difficult, but just because people have not done it, there's an inhibition to do that. And it is not in a user-friendly setup that is there. The challenges for the buyers is completely different. For them, convenience is of utmost priority right now, especially in India, because we have everything on our fingertips. If I want a toothbrush, I can just simply order it. It will be there within 9 minutes in my home. It is quicker than me stepping down and getting it from the grocery store. That is the level of convenience that we have reached. So we don't want to go out and shop from the local retailers, even if it is clothes, if it is groceries, anything. But what, on the other hand, is lacking is there are lesser, and it might be a little contradictory, but you don't have personalized options because we are very used to walking into a store and giving them what we require. We not have the exact things, but they can suggest 10 different things. There is an option to bargain. There is an option. There is also a trust. There is a comfort of look and feel because we've actually physically seen that product and we're purchasing what we've seen. In online versus offline, that is the biggest difference that customers right now are facing. While as a very small segment of creators that we're looking into is creators, there are a lot of creators that are coming up, but not everybody is making big money because you have to really achieve that level of scale, that level of followers, that level of say content. But there are a lot of local creators or say micro creators, like we call them, who are very popular in their local area. What we are trying to do is empower them because everything about a business is empowering local retailers doing hyper local deliveries. So these creators can come in handy for advertising these local shops. They can be brand ambassador, mini brand ambassadors for these shops. This way they also generate revenue. It is beneficial for the retailer as well, and overall it gives a much more, say, enriched experience for the buyer as well.
So I have a question here.
Yeah.
What Udayan and Dhawan just showed us is a B2B e-commerce potential, and that's something, and they're saying that their customer base, the carpenters and so forth, are not really buying online. You are going after a pure B2C e-commerce model, yes?
Correct. Yes.
And you mentioned in your previous slide that you are going to deal with hyperlocal deliveries. Is this through services like Blinkit and so on, or?
So it is not through services like Blinkit. What we have done is it will be third party. We're not doing it ourselves right now because it is extremely capital intensive to do it in-house.
Yeah.
So we've partnered with a company called ShipRocket. I'm not quite sure if you're familiar with it. So what they do is they have in turn partnered with 5-7 different third-party logistics companies. So they have a lot of partners like Porter, ShipRocket, Blackbuck. So these are all companies that have their logistics solutions. They have riders that they supply to different people like Amazon, Flipkart. So we're partnering with them. It is as good as booking a ride offline, but it just happened through our platform. So we have integrated through API their platform with our platform. So the moment a customer places the order, it will get booked. One of their vendors will get assigned to it, and it happens through our platform seamlessly.
Okay. All right. Keep going.
Yeah. Thank you. So again, 5 different things that we want to really pivot on. One is integrated POS, because again, when we are bringing these local retailers online, they would also be selling offline. So we want to give them a solution that they can manage inventory both online and offline at the same time. Yeah. Which again, there are a lot of systems available there, but they are a little complicated. What we want to do is a mobile friendly POS system that works on any QR, simple as placing a price tag. So it'll just generate small QRs. They can trace it on with the price tag, and as soon as they scan it, they can use it for billing it offline and online. Since we are not charging any commissions, they can use our billing software still, and it gives us even higher insights on the customer details, customer patterns, and what kind of inventory they're storing. So it acts as a data mine for us, and it enables them and is a solution for them. And the second thing is live commerce. Live commerce is something that is now starting to pick up in India slowly. It is already in, say, predominant in, say, Bangkok, China. There it is already going on, where you have people who are streaming, live streaming, showing products, and all the viewers are buying it. So that is something that we're trying to incorporate. It is not something immediate that would pick up, but that is a facility that we already have, that we want to utilize and give them. Now, creator commerce is also something that we're trying to build. Like I mentioned, mini brand ambassadors, local creators for the local shops. We want to unify their analytics based on their sales, online sales, offline sales, what are the kind of tractions. So we'll give them the entire platform visibility that they might not have currently with their brick and mortar setup. And hyperlocal and national delivery system. So national delivery system is what we're looking at in the next stage. Right now, we're focused on hyperlocal. Once we've achieved that, we will also enable them to ship in all parts of the country, just like a retailer can register on Amazon or Flipkart and sell to anywhere in the country. That is what we aim for going down. But right now, it will be more importantly, hyperlocal dominated. Okay.
So that means if
Yes.
your dominant differentiator is hyperlocal commerce,
Yeah.
then you need to choose products that have a hyperlocal, you know, raison d'être, which is, you know, that's not books. Maybe
Mhm.
vernacular language books, maybe hyperlocal.
Yeah.
You know, so basically you have to choose your target customers.
Right.
Have to have a hyperlocal dimension to them.
Correct. So what we're targeting right now in terms of customers mostly is fashion apparel, because that is something that is still driven 80% hyperlocally from the local shops. There are large players, but still people do prefer to go out and buy. And there are a lot of, say, local brands as such. For example, in Calcutta, it'd be Meenu Saris, that is very famous for saris. And people would like to buy that. There'll be boutiques, which we are targeting. There are gifting shops that we are also targeting. So these are, say, gift for birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions. So all these are people that we've already spoken to, and are people who would be very interested in coming to our platform also, and we also see a good demand from them. It's not that these products are not available online as well. It's just the customization factor in them. It is also the fact that these are high ticket items, so people want to just interact, be very sure of the quality before they buy. If it is a trusted brand, known brand, and they know that they can, if something goes wrong or something goes south, they can go to the shop and get it changed. So the local presence actually helps in these cases. Those are the partners that we're targeting first. And then we would like to roll it out to, say, all the retail shops that are there, because we really want to give them that platform. They would not be our first customers, but eventually that is where we would want to go. Okay. Now, yeah, these are some market
So
research.
one thing, Kashyap, don't put on slides stuff like this. It's unreadable, so it just wastes slide real estate. If you have that much text on a slide, it serves no purpose at all. I'm going to just gloss over it. This is already hard to read. So, so where are you? What is the situation right now?
Okay, so right now we've developed the entire product. The product is ready. We recently on Diwali got published on both iOS and Play Store. Unfortunately, Play Store, we did not have the latest version on the Play Store, so we've been delisted, and we're working on the upgrade of the Android version. We wish to have that by 10th of November. Once we have that, we'll be live on both Play Store and Android and iOS. We are already live on iOS. We'll also be live on Play Store. The website is up and running. We plan to go to market starting 10th, 11th of November.
How many customers have you been working with in building this client? I assume you've worked with clients to, prospects building the product, yes?
Correct. So we've spoken to 2,000 clients till now.
In Calcutta, retailers in Calcutta.
Retailers in Calcutta. and we had a very positive feedback from them. We worked on the features. That is why we've included all these features. Even in the order flow, we've got 3 different order flows. One is direct order, like you place on e-commerce websites. One is a request order, where you place an order and the shopkeeper or the retailer confirms if they have the stock and they confirm the order. The other are, say, a little high ticket items where there is a scope of bargain and customization. So that is called bargain order, where you interact with the shopkeeper and then you place the final order. So we've also narrowed these down. So we've been working with them to see what are their problems, how can we work with them, and what are the other features that they would like. So based on that, we've developed the entire product.
So what is your assessment on when do you start getting paid?
So we
When do
start
you
getting
start paying
paid.
customers?
Yes. So we start getting paid in November when we go out and have people onboarded. What we are going initially with is we're giving them 1 year of an offer with a charge of 5,000 INR initially.
That's it?
That's
No.
it.
No.
Yes.
God, that is a terrible business. That is a terrible business. 1 year, 5,000 INR. Are you kidding me? You've done all this software development to do that?
So that is what we're going with to launch for the first 1,000 stores.
It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. And you've communicated this to 1,000 stores?
No, we haven't. This
Please
is the plan that
don't.
we have.
Please don't. Absolutely don't. There is, you have put in substantial amount of work in building product. You need to price this right. There is a whole pricing strategy that you need to do. You need to run a whole pricing exercise on this. We teach that. You can either use the premium program or the basic. Actually, the curriculum is available in the basic. You can also use the AI mentor to get the pricing right on this product. But this is a terrible pricing model. I would say halt. It's like screeching halt. Do not go there at all. Okay.
Okay.
And do not say to anybody, any of your prospects, that this is what the pricing model you're thinking about. Do your homework first on pricing. The first thing you need to do is understand your pricing. This is the pricing model is broken, completely broken. So that's my first screaming feedback to you is stop.
Okay. All right.
And competitors, can you take me through the competitors quickly?
Sure. So if you talk apple to apple, there is one other company that is called Flixoolive, who is right now doing this in Delhi. They also featured on Shark Tank last year, where they did that, but the product was not completely ready. And they're doing a basic version of what we're trying to do. It's just bringing the retailers online and handling the stuff for them. Most of the people are doing it in groceries. We don't want to do groceries because it is extremely populated by major players like Blinkit, Swiggy, Zepto, and it'll take a lot of effort to budge in. Although it is easier because you can just upload the entire SKU that is available in the market, so that people don't have to click photographs and upload it. But it is also the most competitive, and you require a lot of licenses because it is food, so there are liabilities. So there's no direct competitor apart from Flixoolive who's doing it. Right now, Reliance is trying to do something like this. They've not been able to crack a model as such. Blinkit started with this phenomena, but then moved to their own inventory. At that point of time, people were not ready with online. It was 6-7 years back. At that point of time, right?
Blinkit has their own inventory?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so there's not that, other than delivery speed, there's not that much difference between a Blinkit and the other retailers like Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho.
No, not really. So they purchase everything and sell everything. So that is their model, but they do have their own pricing strategies and stuff because they purchase directly from the company. I used to work with ITC before. So Blinkit was a customer. I know how that business works. And a lot of my colleagues went from ITC to Blinkit. So I know mostly all the city heads of Blinkit that are there right now. So what we're trying to do is we don't have a direct competitor as such. If you ask competitors, otherwise it'll be probably Meesho, Amazon, Flipkart, something like Udayan or Shopify, these would be our competitors, the closest competitors that we'd be competing with.
Yeah, but that doesn't have that kind of customization or.
Correct.
And I don't think Amazon gives you a multi-channel POS, right?
No, it does not. Nobody gives a multi-channel POS.
Okay. All right. Now you are going to support the Amazon Flipkart channels, yeah?
That is not currently in the scope.
Because some of these companies would probably want to sell on those platforms as well. As a multi-channel strategy, they would probably not want to miss out on those channels.
Correct. So that is not directly integrated right now. But if they sell something on Amazon or Flipkart and they punch that particular barcode out of their system, then it does get integrated. But just because they've received an order from Amazon and they've delivered it, it would not get directly subtracted from the inventory. They would probably have to scan a barcode in our inventory as well.
They would not like that. They would not like that.
Yes.
If you decide you want to do if you want to be their entire multi-channel system, then you have to factor in Amazon Flipkart as well.
Okay.
All right.
The retailers we're targeting are not very big. I mean, these are mostly would have a monthly revenue of 1 to 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. That is the range that we're targeting.
And how much?
These are not people who are.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of issues here.
Okay.
One of the issues in selling to small businesses, you're effectively going to be selling to small businesses, is that they ask for very high touch sales and customer service, and they're willing to pay very little. So do your pricing strategy first and foremost, and see how big a company you can build with this, and especially because it sounds like you're going after the luxury sector, high ticket pricing.
It is a little relative, because when we talk about local high ticket items, so the high ticket items would also be in the range of 10K or 15K, not really in lakhs. So
but 10K, 15K is for Indian customer. 10K, 15K is a high ticket item.
Yes.
10K, 15K is a high ticket item.
Yeah.
So how big is that market? 10K, 15K. How many of those retailers are there that are selling in that kind of price point? And do the pricing analysis for your product before you go quote anything to anybody.
Okay.
And frankly, I would like to see that pricing analysis before you jump off into something really cheap.
Okay.
This is not you cannot raise money right now. This is not a financeable situation at all. You have to do a lot of the validation work before you can raise money, and in that validation, you have to get the pricing model right. You have to get a bottom-up TAM right, and all of these things. So,
So bottom-up TAM is where we came. I just want to walk you through my.
You cannot come to bottom-up TAM without pricing model. Your pricing model is completely broken. So bottom-up TAM requires pricing model to be accurate.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes. Can I just walk you through what? So there's another founder with me. We're two of us who started this.
Okay.
So can I just walk you through what we were thinking of?
Where do I go? Do you want me to go to a particular slide?
No.
You just want to talk through it. Okay, go ahead.
Yes,
sure.
It's not there on slide. So what we were thinking of right now is like the other competitors that I mentioned, KeekoLive, they're not generating revenues at all. Any other people who are trying to do this? I know PhonePe is trying to do something similar, but it's not that. They just want to give them a digital storefront. But nobody's generating revenue as such, because everybody's offering it for free. What we wanted was people who are actually a little more serious, because if they get it for free, the people are anyways reluctant to use it. They might not really use it, which is why we've placed the 5,000 price point on that. Why we're giving them a 1 year period is that even in this 1 year, we want to build with it, and it is only for the first 1,000 stores in Calcutta. This would be a proof of concept before we raise funds. And
are there 1 lakh, or actually 1 million luxury retail stores in India?
So with the price point that I mentioned, who are making sales between 1 lakh and 5 lakhs per month, that is the number that we have there. That kind of stores, there are around 15 lakhs in India
No, but
that are present.
that's just their revenue, but the price point at which they're selling,
Mhm.
that, let's call it the
Price point.
luxury price point, it seems like
Mhm.
it seems like an overestimation to me. But I don't have the numbers. I haven't done the research. It's just gut feel. It sounds like an overestimation.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So
I
we were
think
thinking that if we have,
whether
yes,
this
please,
is
please.
fundable or not is something that I have not been able to assess based on the analysis you have presented so far.
Mhm.
So your pricing model, your bottom-up TAM are missing, and I need to see those to assess whether this is fundable or not.
Okay.
So those are the two
Okay.
things that you should do immediately, and then hold off on selling to 1,000 people at such a rock bottom price until you've figured out the pricing model, and then you can give a 30% discount on the pricing on the pricing model that you think you are going to use. But it has to make sense. This is, if
Okay.
that is the
This
price
is
point that becomes your.
No, this is actually a 90% discount. So what we're doing is we're giving them the future plan. The pricing plan is to have 2,000 rupees per month, similar to a Wi-Fi bill, for each retailer to use
But
this
why does
product.
it have to be a Wi-Fi price? This is a lot of software that you're offering them.
Correct. But
That
we
kind of
also want to
software
make
is
it,
not sold at a Wi-Fi price point. Is it?
it is right now the POS solutions that are there, only the POS solutions, it not omni-channel, but a singular POS solution, it is really roughly based between 1,800 to
But
2,500.
that's just the POS hardware.
Yes. No, not the hardware, the monthly billing software.
The monthly billing software, and you're doing inventory management, you're doing you said you're doing all kinds of other things, influencer
Yes. So we
marketing,
give
blah,
them,
blah,
yeah.
blah. I mean, how can
Correct.
that be a comparable price point? In fact, you've just invalidated what you are arguing for. If the POS alone is in that 1,800 to 2,000 price point, you're probably talking about $10,000 to $20,000, monthly in terms of, but that's not going to compute with the revenue level of these companies.
Mhm.
You said they're doing 1 lakh per month in revenue.
Yes.
So they're tiny
Correct.
companies.
Correct. So if we offer them at say 2K, then the customer base that we have gets expanded real big. And for the premium stores, what we can do is have additional features as brand shoots, creator collaborations, and all of that. Those are the features that we're targeting with the bigger brands. And for this, we are trying to have a more mass reach so that everybody
So
starts to
based
use
on the
this.
assumptions that you have used, what is your TAM? What is your total available market?
So based on that, the TAM is close to, only in India, we're talking about say close to 1 billion INR.
1 billion INR is how much in dollars?
Probably close to 150 million.
150
120.
million. So 150 million is not going to be considered as a venture fundable company.
Okay.
And you have the problem of this very slow growth revenue line. Small businesses, as I told you earlier, small businesses in India, to sell to small businesses in India is very high touch sales and very slow adoption, very long sales cycle, and very small ticket size. The combination
Yeah.
makes for very unprofitable businesses.
Okay.
And investors don't like that at all. So VCs are looking to go from 0 to $100 million in 5 to 7 years. To do that, first and foremost, you need $1 billion plus TAM.
Okay.
You cannot do that with 150 million TAM. And
Okay.
you need a high velocity uptick in the market. If you have to go and sell individually to every single person at this price
Mhm.
point. You cannot build something like this profitably. You can build this business bootstrapped. There's no way you can raise $5 million for it.
Okay.
Okay, that's my
Okay.
feedback. And I don't have
Okay.
any
Thank you.
problems with bootstrap businesses, by the way. We support bootstrap businesses all the time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So Maureen, Voicera Chandra D. Kaiser is not here, right? Kaiser. Okay, I'm going to explain to you how to use 1M if you decide you want to join the program. Everything is at 1Mby1M.com, and it will take you to the right places for everything else. So first and foremost, the AI mentor, there is a tab on the website through which you can read up on what the AI mentor does and then find your way to the AI mentor. And a lot of the gaps that you have, you can fill some of those gaps by using the AI mentor. I think Rohan has already left, but he really needs to get his bottom-up TAM analysis done, and that's something that the AI mentor can help him with. He needs to square that away. If you want to join our full acceleration program that includes mentoring, strategy consulting, coaching, whatever you call it, that includes investor introductions, curriculum access, marketing access, etc., that is going to be premium, 1M premium. That's a $1,000 annual membership fee program. You can also join curriculum only. That is a 1M basic, and that's $99 a month. The AI mentor is $30 a month. You get 3 messages for free. You can try it, and then it's $30 a month. So there's a variety of different options. You can decide how you want to get started. There is one-on-one consulting available. You don't need to necessarily go there. That's a very expensive proposition. And these roundtables, if you haven't pitched yet, you get one chance to pitch for free. And there are 2 more roundtables in November, 3 in December. For this year, there are 5 more roundtables left. And you're most welcome to sign up, and Maureen will find you a slot. If you have questions about the program after today, you can approach Irina Patterson on our team, Irina at 1Mby1M.com. She'll be happy to talk to you, even on WhatsApp or phone or whatever. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? And Kashyap, Udayan, Dawan, you can also ask more questions if you like. If you're in the room and if you want to be put on the panel to actually talk to me, let us know in public chat, and Maureen will put you on the panel so you can talk to me.
Surely. We'll definitely be on a long-term relationship.
All right. Sounds good.
We are already communicating with you for last almost 6 months. And
Okay.
this when we started the company, I started communicating with you. Today we have already all set in the market, and we are onto the scaling stage today.
Well, the fact that
And
you have already got 80 lakhs of revenue in 3 months is very good news. We can do a lot with that.
Yes. No, we are planning to be a big company. That is sure. And since I have of about 15 years experience working in automation and robotics, I'm integrating those automation into daily life.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So
Very
that
good.
integration is also there. So there are a lot of things which we are planning to do. Let's see
All right. I
how.
wish you all my best.
Yeah, so nice of you. You talked about your funding fintech companies.
Yeah. You can
Yeah,
do your own research and apply to these fintech companies. You don't
yeah,
even
I
need
already
me.
spoken to a lot of fintech companies.
And they're not
Uh,
willing to fund you?
we had I discussed with 2 3 companies. Tata Capital, I discussed. Birla, I discussed. Basically I discussed for channel financing, because I have got all stockists and distributors all across I wanted to. And those are the people who are going to give me about 75 cities. Even if I have about 150 stockists who will buy about 50 lakhs business per head per
So
month.
if you go off in tangents like that, you will not be able to close a financing deal. Right now,
Yeah.
you told me that you have 2.5 crores worth of orders that you cannot
Yes,
fulfill
that is
because you
there.
need financing, working capital financing, or inventory financing. Just talk about that. Don't go off in,
Okay.
Yeah. So
No. Yeah. Earlier, I spoke to them regarding that.
so far, when we were searching for seed funding, that's the time when we had these conversations. At that time, we didn't have the proof of business. Now we do. And this is the first call that we've had since we have the proof of business in hand, right?
Good.
So, yeah.
Good. So you have more options now.
Yeah.
Because you have proof of business, because you have revenues, you have more options. Very good.
Yes.
It's always great to have options.
Surely.
That is
Yeah.
the key of business, is as you start getting proof points, you get more options. And that's a wonderful thing. And Kashyap, I'm coming, you wanted to talk also, you can create options like, exactly what we are talking about here may apply to you as well, right? If you can get thousands of customers on your own, bootstrapped, you may be able to get bank financing and scale with bank financing or fintech financing. That's fine too. If after doing the analysis you conclude that this is not a venture fundable situation, we can still help you with building this company as a bootstrap venture, and there are alternative financing possibilities when you are bootstrapping, and this is what they're doing, Udayan is doing. And yeah, okay. All right, so I think I'm gonna adjourn. I don't see any other hand up. I see other people in the room. Just if any of you wanted to talk, please let us know. Otherwise, I'm going to adjourn the session and we will see you next week.
Surely.
All right. Good luck,
Have a great
everybody.
day ahead. Have a